Alright guys, welcome back to part 5 of making this assault rifle. So we did some good progress in the last part, and now we're going to continue making this piece and then the nozzle at the front, and then we'll start tackling some of the more kind of details here. It's quite a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So this is kind of straight at the moment, so I needed to cut and then up. So to do that, it can be actually quite easy. I can just go into my side view. I'm just going to select this one for now and move it forward like so. And then I can grab a line. I'm going to go from the outside here and actually from this point, and I'm just going to cut straight to about here and then up. Let me see what that looks like if I press G, move it out. Oh, it didn't actually cut it. Let's see. Line, I'll do it for maybe here first to, I want to keep that straight but snapping to that middle point. Let me just say object snapping off but grid snapping on. No, no line, make it slightly smaller from here to here and then out a couple and then straight down to here and right click to confirm that. So that should create that kind of cut there. So we can go and select the object and then press C and then select the curve and then right click to confirm, and that will cut out that piece. So I can select it, delete it, don't need that curve anymore. And we got that piece, which looks pretty nice. I'm actually going to go into the front here. I'm going to create a edge that goes from the, let me just set that back to top to the bottom like so, right click, and then I'm gonna select my object, press C, then select the edge, right click, and then I'll delete this half. I'll delete that curve. I'll mirror it over at the end. So another thing is this hole here, and I might do that once it's mirrored. Might be a bit easier. Yeah. But this part here will be quite easy to do. I can go into face mode, select this, press O, and do something like that. And go into face, right click to confirm that face mode again, click on this, push it in, grid snap off, push it in just a bit like that. Then I can grab this top one and pull that down. So the top one and start pulling that down till about here. If I hold Control Shift while in edge mode, I can select, not Control Shift, Control Alt. We'll select all of the rings, and I can give them a very small fillet. Keep them all nice and smooth. Then next I'll just kind of give these a small bevel as well. Like so. And then maybe the inside ones as well. Like that. That looks good. There is a small circle cut out there as well, so I could do that. I could say center circle, and I actually go into front view. I'll just draw it straight here. So I got this. I'm going to press G move it out, press S, scale it down about there. I'll press R, go into my front view and rotate it like that. Right click to confirm that, press free and push it in until it intersects it a little bit. That might be a bit too much. I'm going to pull it out a little bit. Go into the front view. Just press R to rotate it. I'm just going to rotate it like that so it's almost perfectly perpendicular. Now I'll press 4, click on this, and then I'll just say Q dot right click and delete that curve. So we got that little piece in there. For this little thing here, I can do a couple of different things. So I'll go into my top view. Actually, I'll go into my front view. I'll say draw corner rectangle, and I'll say enable snapping, so it snaps to this edge here. And I'll just go out to here, and then I'll come up to maybe here. Right click to confirm that. And then I'll go into my 3-point arc. Click on that one, and just actually I need to go into the front view because this doesn't work too well whenever you're in perspective. Be careful of that. So here to here, and it looks something like that, I believe. Yep, that's good. Now face mode, select these two and just pull them in. There we go. Can delete these two curves. Go object mode, select this, and then shift click on this, and then press QQ, right click. Then I can go into my edge, select these 3 edges, and give them a small fillet, which will make them look like they kind of are a part of that mesh. Then next I can go into my front view again, and then go into center circle, and I want to do one, I'll do one here. Right click to confirm that, select that face, pull it out a touch, right click confirm, and then I might just go into edge mode, select this edge, and just give it quite a I'll just give it a bevel like so, and then select this one, and do something like that. That keeps that pointy. Nice. Then I can go object mode, select this, then Q, select that, then Q again. Right click to confirm. So this piece is looking pretty nice. There's also at the bottom here, there is a little section there. So what I'll do is I'll go into my front view. Actually, I'll go into my side view here. I'll grab this face, and then I'll press Shift D to duplicate it. Now I'll move it to the side for now. And I want to cut out that area. So let me have a think about how I could do this. So I can go into my side view, go to rectangular, corner rectangle, and I'll just click here, and then up to, it's a little bit lower I think, about there. and get both sides about right. That's good. Then face mode, select it and move it out like so. Then I'll go and select this sheet and then press Q, select this one, and then I want to do Shift Q because I want to slice it. Don't want to actually. So that will actually slice this, and then I can delete these two objects, and I'll be left with this little piece here. So I can delete. Um, Now I can grab this face, press Shift D, and move that into place. Yeah, the workflow and plasticity is really nice. Put that there. Go into object mode, and I'm just gonna delete this, and then delete these edges here. Now I can go in face, select this one, and I'm just going to extrude inwards a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Something like that. No, that actually wasn't extruding, so I'm going to press E. So it will kind of do that, which I don't know if I want. Actually, I'll duplicate it. So we have two sheets, and I'll go into face mode, select one of them, and then just move it in to about here. Right click. Then I'll grab these two sheets, and I'll press G, and I'll move them to the side. Then I'll go into edge mode, select all of the edges, and then I can press L for loft, and it should loft it together. I'll do them individually actually. I'll select this edge and this edge, and press L. So that lofted it together, but I created this weird curve. And let me see if there's a way of changing that. G-O-G-O, okay. So you can actually. So L, G-O-G-O. I'm not sure what those do. I think there's like different kind of tangents. So G-O means probably no tangent. I'm not entirely sure. But that gives me a nicer result. Nice. So now with that done, I can grab all of these faces and press J, or grab all of this and J, which will turn it into a solid. So J kind of joins them together. Then I can move it back in place. Cool. That is looking nice. Then I can go into object mode, select this, press Q, then select this, and then right click. And we got this pretty nice effect. I'll go edge mode, I'm going to select this edge, and I'm just going to give them a pretty strong fillet there. And I'm not going to worry too much about that specific part for now, I'll do that later. But that is looking like a pretty nice piece. There's only one small little thing here in the middle that we need to do, but I think for now we'll leave it like that. So I'll press G and I'm going to move it back in place. Right click to confirm that. And then I'll go and select it, and I'll press Alt X to mirror it over to the other side, and then select this one, press Q, select that one, and then Q again, and then right click, and got it mirrored on both sides. Nice. So next, this piece, and I was having to think about how I could do this, and that's a bit of an odd kind of piece, but let's see if I can tackle it. So what I'll do is I'll create an edge that goes from the center here outwards, like so. And then I'll right click to confirm that, and I'll press Shift D and move it down to about here. And then I'll create another edge that goes from here to here. And then I'll right click to confirm that. And then I'll press Alt X on this edge and mirror over to the other side. And on these two, so let me just go into edge mode, select these two. Alt X over to the other side. Then if I click this one and then this one, press L, it will loft it together. L, L, and L. So that's created now this sheet. So next what I'll do is I'll go into my side view here and I'll select the face and I'll press Shift D and move it over here just a little bit in front of it. I'll go back into my front view and I'll start scaling this down. So I'm gonna press S and I'm gonna scale that down like so, and then scale it down like so. Right click to confirm that. Then I can press my edges, go into edge mode and select all of the edges and press L. And that doesn't seem to have worked. Let me see. Alright, cancel. I'll do instead. Oh, it's because that's one solid one and this and these aren't. So I'm just going to select all of these and press J, which will make it one solid one. Then press L. And it did kind of work, although it messed up the... Yeah, so I'm actually going to delete this one because I want them to be all separate. I don't want to join them together because I think the loft will work better. So I'll go back into the front view and press S, scale it down and then down like that, and then G and move it back. G, move it back even more. Scale that up a tiny bit. And then now I can start selecting these. Let's see. So that doesn't seem to be working. It works on that side. I'm gonna see if I can work my way around and see if I can get a nice result from this. Again, there may have been a better way of approaching this, but this will definitely work. Nice. So that'll give us this quite interesting shape. I'll go and I'm going to delete all of these curves, created a whole load of them, but don't need them anymore. Now if I select all of these, I should be able to close the hole. So I go close hole, patch hole, and it doesn't work. Let's see, maybe it's because I need to join them. So J, J, there we go. Now I grab all of these. And patch holes. Yeah, there we go. And then on the side I'll do the same. nachos. Nice. I'll go into face mode. I'm going to select this and I'm going to offset it. Actually, no, I'm not going to offset it. Cancel. I'm going to select it and I'm just going to move it forward. Press E, extrude it a little bit to about here. Maybe a little bit more. Actually, that should be something along those lines. Alright, so I'm gonna create that face here, the circle. So we'll go to center circle, select the center here, and then just pull it out to about there. Right click to confirm, select this face and move it in all the way. Right click, press G, I'm gonna move it out a tiny bit and delete that curve. Press 4, click this, then click this, and then Q. Right click. And we got that nice little hole cut out. I'm gonna give that a nice bevel. Not too big though, because they'll start maybe something like that. Yeah, we got that shape created. I also select these and give them a small fillet. Something like that. Maybe a little bit smaller. Like that. Should give us a nice little detail. Alright, object mode, select it, press G, move it over. I'll go into my front view. Let me look at my reference. So that's gonna be about here. I'm gonna press S and scale it up a little bit. I can position it a bit better later and scale it down like this because it's quite flat. But from the front view it's looking a bit too wide. So I'm going to press S and just scale that in. Oh, but it's going to scale the circle. So I think what I can do instead is go into face mode, select these three and these three and just push them in. Oh, that's actually creating a pretty interesting shape. Maybe I just need to select these two. No. Or I select these edges. This one, this one, this one, and this one. G. That's not gonna work. Maybe I'll just scale it all down a little bit like that. And then in. Yeah, that looks alright. Got an interesting kind of nozzle there. Alright, so I'm gonna need to cut a little segment here that I can extrude out. So I'm actually gonna do that in the top down mode. Yeah. And I'll go to my edge creation or line creation here tool. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna go forward a little bit. Click here, and then I'm gonna go in a little bit. Click here, then come out to about here, and in, and then back, and then close it. And then I'll go into face mode, select that face, and extrude down. Right click to confirm that, G, move that down, delete that curve, select this, Alt X, which will mirror it onto the other side. And select this, press Q, select these two, Q again, right click. Think it didn't exactly work on the side. Let me just something like that. Cool. Now I need to create the rest of this part, so I'm going to create a cylinder. Go into front view, create a center circle. And it will be about that big. Right click, confirm. G, move back. And let's see what the scale of this is. S, gonna scale that down until it's almost flush with that. And I can grab this face and pull it out. It's all about there. Grab that curve, I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna grab this end, I'm going to pull it in like so. Now we're gonna have a cut, but we'll leave that there. Grab this part, press O, extrude that in. Grab it, press O again, extrude it in. Grab this face, pull that out all the way. And grab this one and pull it in out a little bit. And I can go select this edge. Something like that. Cool. And then we're just missing the top part. Which for me to make the top part here, I'm just gonna duplicate this. Move it forward. Oh, sheet. Move that sheet forward. G. Just duplicated that face. And I'm gonna go to top here. And I'm going to grab my rectangle, but I want the center rectangle. And I'm going to snap to this point, and I'm just going to create a rectangle like shape like this. Maybe make it a little bit longer, like that. Right click, and go into face mode, select the face, extrude it out, or in actually in this case. Press G, gotta pull that up. Then press 4, gonna click on this piece, and I'm gonna press Q, select that, and I want to do Shift Q slice, and then right click. And now I can delete this curve. Oh, that did not cut it. So Q, select that, and maybe Shift E to intersect. Yeah. So I get this little piece, which is the same curvature as that. Which I can place here. Right click, I'm going to grab this, I'm going to press S, and I'm going to extrude that out, or scale that up. Oof, this is a bit messy. What I'll do is I'll actually go into face mode. If I grab all of these, what's going to happen? I'll actually extrude it up. If I grab this edge, press G. I can't move it. Uh, Alright, so I'm actually going to, I'm just gonna grab this face here. I'm gonna I'm gonna extrude it down a little bit. Grab that, and I'm going to grab this face, and that's not gonna let me. Um, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna link that up actually. So first thing, I'm just gonna select this object and select this, press QQ to join them. Then I'll select this and this, QQ, join those. So before I join it, I'm actually gonna mirror this downwards. So or I'm pretty sure if I type in radial array and put the center right bang there, it's going to create a bunch of those tubes, but I'm going to say repeat number 1 and degrees 180 maybe, or 0, 180, 180, or number 2, 2, yeah, right click, and then yeah, actually that's fine. So, and then I could select this one, press G and move it down. I'm not going to be able to get it perfect, but it'll be fine until it's basically flush with that. Press this and this, QQ, and this, QQ, and this, QQ. And if I press, well, I think we'll leave it like that and then we'll come back to that. I'm not sure exactly how to do that part. And just working with nerves is quite interesting, but also has its limitations, I suppose. Or maybe there is definitely a way to do that, but I don't know it. I'm going to create a rectangle here. Right click, select that face and then extrude it. Like so. I'll actually go a little bit further than the middle point, because then I'll just mirror it over and I'll be fine. Then I'll go into edge mode, select these two, give them a bevel. Then I'll delete this curve, go into center circle, put it here. It's going to be for that bolt. Right click, select this face, extrude it. Select that face, offset it. And then I'll just pull it in. Again, doesn't need to be exactly the same as the reference, but I'm just seeing how it goes. That there, QQ, and then Alt X to mirror it over to the other side. Right click, confirm that. G, I'm going to move it up till it's intersecting all the way. Then select this, QQ. nice. That's a pretty nice looking piece. Besides that part just floating there. uh, yeah, and then I can just press G and hook that up there. Needs to come up a little bit. Actually, before I do that, there is so let me create a, actually no, I need to cut a little part here to create that circle. Or I can grab this edge and bevel it, and then grab that face and press E to extrude it. No, face E. Okay, that doesn't work. No worries. Maybe this just slots in there. My design will be slightly different. Oh, nice. That is looking pretty nice. I grab these pieces, gonna press G, and I'm gonna move them into place. I'll leave a little bit of a gap because there's still another, we need to do a little bit more work actually on this part, so we're gonna create some more stuff there, but we can leave it like that. Alright, so that'll be it for this video, but it's starting to come along pretty nicely and we're getting there. But yeah, thanks guys.